It's Saturday, Small Business Saturday, all across America today, and it's time for us to talk technology. And our tech expert, Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us right now on Power Talk Radio. Luis, welcome back to the program.
Thank you, Mark. How are you, my friend? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was very nice and absolutely stuffed.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
You can live off your Thanksgiving feast for a few days, not have to touch anything. So today's a big day. I thought we should maybe spend a moment before we dive into the Tech Talk topics about it being Small Business Saturday, and that's really an opportunity to celebrate our mom and pop businesses throughout our communities, whether they happen to be in our traditional downtown cores or maybe they're out in little strip malls or freestanding buildings here and there. But today's a day to remember that those folks who are your neighbors, maybe across the street, behind the back fence, next door, what have you, that run small businesses, and they're a big part of our American economy. And today is a day to really highlight them and spend some bucks with them and tell them that you appreciate them being part of the community and keeping the money in the community.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good things going on in the downtowns of all the cities in Monterey County, whether it's Salinas with the tree lighting and some events there, Carmel, if you want to go there, Pacific Grove, Monterey. But, spend some time outside the mall and walk around and visit with these smaller shops that are there, and they're unique and they're very interesting. It's not like going into Macy's and seeing the same thing over and over again. Right. You're going to see new things and maybe find some presents for, it's time to, Christmas is coming sooner than later this year because of the late Thanksgiving. So you might as well get started on your shopping and pick some stuff up for your family and friends.
You got to remember how convenient it is to shop at our small businesses. A lot of times, it does maybe cost a couple bucks more, but the level of service you get, the attention, the ease in finding products is generally unmatched. Just the other day, a guy that I work with a lot, we were out looking we had to find a 10-inch hose clamp, and we stopped at the big box hardware, store, if you know what I mean, Agent Orange. And man, we must have wandered around 20, 30 minutes trying to find this thing because no one in the store, every person we talked to with an orange smock on that we asked, well, now where do you have this? And they sent us to the wrong aisle each time. And after about 30 minutes, we finally found it. And I remember saying to my friend, we should have gone to see Bill at the hardware store in downtown PG. He could have grabbed it for us in 10 seconds.
Yep, that guy Ace knows what he's doing there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of the things, the small business people, a lot more attention to detail, and the stores are smaller, but boy, it's easier to find the stuff in there. You don't feel like you're lost. All right, you got a couple of great topics to talk about today. Hackers never stop. That's just the one thing that you and I have learned over the years is that they're always creating new ways to steal from us and to get you to click on a link that will go ahead and compromise the integrity of whatever device you're on, whether it's your laptop, your tower, or your mobile device, and then they can implant their Trojan horses or malware onto your device and then, either impersonate you or go directly to where your bank account links are and start stealing money from you. And the latest scam to steal people's personal information, Malwarebytes is writing about this in their newsletter, and it's the email you get that says sad announcement, implying that a friend of yours has passed away. And they might even have the person's name in there, so it makes you think, oh no, I better click on this article because this could be about my friend Bob, and I need to read about this. And then it turns out that who knows where the link goes, but it's actually something that is designed to steal your PII, personally identifiable information.
Yeah, and it's, just another way that they try to manipulate us using social engineering, appealing to our sense of, our empathy and our sense of caring by sending out an email that makes you think that a friend of yours is either very ill or has passed away. And then there's a link in there that they say, click here to learn more, or here's something I wanted to share with you about them.
Yes.
And next thing you know, you are going to a site that's full of malware that is going to maybe ask you to fill out a form to log in and capture information from you. And it's disappointing that some people do that because by now, hopefully people will understand that you need to be suspicious of clicking any link that doesn't look familiar, especially if it's a domain that looks kind of weird, like a mix of characters and letters that just don't make any sense. Just ignore those. And if you really want to inquire about that person, then reach out to them directly or their family and say, hey, I got this email. Is this really true? And do it that way.
And we were talking about social media earlier, and one of the social media apps that you have to really be careful with is Facebook Messenger, because one of the ways that you can have your account compromised and your identity compromised on that platform is through links that you get on Messenger from quote-unquote friends of yours asking you to click on this particular link. And you don't know if that friend someone's account has been compromised and what you've received in your inbox in Messenger is something legitimate or something that could be a Trojan horse. So I always tell people that I know that are on that platform, rather than click on it, I will contact that person off of the platform, like via text or a telephone call, and say, hey, did you send me a click-to-view link through Messenger? And if they say yes, then I might think about opening it. If they say no, then I'll know, I just delete the thread. That's it. But you just have to be so careful with this stuff, because these people that are attempting to steal our PII will stop at nothing. The one thing that can give away these scams is if you read deeper into the message they send you without clicking on it. Oftentimes, if there's more information there, all of a sudden you start to see grammar errors.
Yeah.
And that's a dead giveaway that it's a scam, because particularly they're coming from overseas, and the nuances of American grammar are lost on these folks. The grammar is very stilted. There's problems with it.
If it starts with "Dear Sir."
Yes, "Dear Sir," which no one in this country uses.
Exactly.
Or a common "How are you, dear?" And that's an affectation that is used in English-speaking, or I should say dual bilingual African countries and societies. The term "dear" is used there and also in the Caribbean. So that should be a dead giveaway that, okay, I'm not dealing with someone on this continent. It's coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, it's that prince from Nairobi that wants to give you $100 million.
Exactly. So you got to watch out for that. So that's one. We got that from Malwarebytes. The other one is also a very serious situation here, and it's out of Yahoo News. Hackers have breached a Wi-Fi network of a U.S. firm from Russia, and they've created daisy chain attacks that can not only attack and infiltrate Wi-Fi networks, but also Ethernet network. How are they doing this, and how are they daisy chaining from one to the next, and what's the threat level?
Yeah, so this is a fascinating discovery by a cybersecurity company talking about Russian nation-state operatives. So these are Russian, either directly Russian FSB type people or some of the cyber criminal gangs that they support. And basically what they've done is, in order to hack into a Wi-Fi network, you need to get an antenna close enough to the network so that you can track the traffic, try to see if you can crack the password, those sorts of things. But in many places, especially in places like Washington, D.C. or in other locations, they're aware that cars can try to park nearby and try to jump on these Wi-Fi networks, so they protect against it. So what these guys have done is they've discovered a way to figure out what company is close to the target that they want to breach. They penetrate that company's Ethernet network using phishing or some other thing, and then find a laptop on the network that's connected to the physical Ethernet network, but also has a Wi-Fi antenna, and then use that Wi-Fi antenna to try to break into the target that's close enough that they can actually see the signal. So it's fascinating how they do that. They really don't. Company A is just a conduit to target B, and the fact that they can do that is kind of scary. But it's something that a lot of, especially federal agencies, are concerned about and are doing something to protect themselves against.
Okay, so how can small businesses and individuals protect themselves from being part of this daisy chain? You may not be the ultimate target. They're just using you to piggyback onto the target they want, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So if you have a Wi-Fi network, or one, you need to do all the basic cyber hygiene stuff that we talk about all the time, firewalls, endpoint protection, those sorts of things, so that if somebody tries to penetrate you, you can block it, or if they do get it, you'll get notified and alerted to it. But more importantly, if you're using Wi-Fi yourself, make sure that your Wi-Fi is locked down with a really strong password and other methods to limit who has access to that company Wi-Fi. If you have public Wi-Fi available for customers and guests, make sure that that's completely separate from your corporate network, so that if somebody penetrates that particular guest network, they can't get to anything other than the internet. But if you do have a corporate network or have employees that are using Wi-Fi at home, make sure that those Wi-Fi access points are set to the highest permission level possible.
Great advice from Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group. Online, you'll find them at alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is the X handle, and Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-TEAM. That's 866-784-8326.
All right, looking ahead to Monday, December 2nd. It's hard to believe that we're already into the 12th month of the year here. But looking ahead to December 2nd, Luis, what are we going to be talking about?
Well, we spent some time talking about social media, and we're going to talk about the latest entrance to the social media world, Blue Sky. Come listen in on Monday and learn more about it.
That's right. It all starts at 8:30 right here on Power Talk Radio. Thank you, Luis. Have a great day.
You too, my friend. Take care.